Welcome to Bias Bash. I'm Lauren Green. Presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump is defending himself against a New York Times article targeting the businessman's relationship with women. But syndicated columnist and Fox News contributor Cal Thomas says there's a double standard when it comes to the way the media covers Trump and how they cover his Democratic rival, Hillary Clinton. Is that right, Cal?
Well, you know, Lauren, as the old saying goes, if there were no double standards, they'd have no standards at all. You know, one doesn't have to be a fan of Donald Trump to understand what the media are trying to do to him. That's because they have the same approach to any Republican presidential candidate in an election year. While the subject matter might differ, the object is the same: discredit the candidate in the minds of voters so a Democrat can be elected. Sunday's New York Times featured a front-page story that quoted several women who alleged that Trump made inappropriate remarks about their looks. One of the women interviewed said Trump asked her to change into a bikini, and when she did, paraded her around at a pool party, showing her off to his friends and calling her a Trump girl. One says she felt so humiliated by Trump's behavior she cried. Now, my question is that if Trump is fair game about his treatment of women, when can we expect to see stories about how Bill and Hillary Clinton have treated women in their past and even present? Some of it we already know from the so-called era of bimbo eruptions and the people assigned to trash women who charge Bill Clinton with sexual harassment and even rape. But there may be more. A new book by a woman named Sally Miller, who claims to be one of Clinton's lovers when they were both in Arkansas, alleges all sorts of behavior by both Clintons that goes beyond the sexual and probably can't be repeated on most broadcast and cable networks, maybe only on Howard Stern's show. Miller claims Bill told her that Hillary did cocaine and that he got her pregnant before they were married and she had an abortion. There's much more, including her alleged preference for women over men. None of this is receiving major media attention, just as other outrageous behavior has been ignored, denigrated, or even excused by most of the major media. Miller may be making all this up, or she could be telling the truth. Shouldn't the New York Times and some of those 20 Washington Post reporters investigating Trump be spun off to investigate Miller's claims? The media long ago abandoned any pretense to fairness and are now advocates for candidates and points of view that promote the secular progressive agenda. It is why their credibility and ratings are in decline. The nation deserves better, Lauren, but probably won't get it.
Well, you know, just this morning on Fox and Friends, Roanne Brewer-Lane, one of the women prominently quoted in the New York Times Sunday story, claimed that the New York Times reporters put a negative spin on what she said, and maybe even misquoted. What do you say to that?
That's right. She also claimed the Times reporter told her and her manager this would not be a hit piece against Trump. She says she was quoted out of context. The reporter put a negative spin on her remarks, that she was never offended by Trump and that he never made her feel uncomfortable, as the story says. Brewer-Lane says she never had a negative experience with Donald Trump. So look for more stories like this from the predominantly Democrat media, who will function as a subsidiary to the Hillary Clinton for President campaign, Lauren.
All right. I want to thank you so much, Cal.
Thank you, Lauren.
And if you want to hear more media analysis on the week's top headlines, catch Media Buzz with Howard Kurtz, Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern and again at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Fox News Channel. I'm Lauren Green, and thanks for watching.